Hello and welcome back. Today we're talking about deep learning. This gentleman over here is Geoffrey Hinton, and in 2024 he got the Nobel Prize for physics, but for his contributions to neural networks. I wanted to show you this over here. Him and John Hopfield shared this prize, and basically it was for foundational discoveries and inventions that enable machine learning with artificial neural networks. Interestingly enough, it's a Nobel Prize for physics. So what this says is that neural networks are so powerful that even the Nobel Committee is recognizing how they're reshaping what we know about science and the things that they're enabling other researchers to do in these different fields. So that's just a quick overview or a quick side note. Now let's dive into what deep learning actually is. Now, deep learning is a field of machine learning that is designed or intends to mimic how the human brain works. So here we've got neurons. These are motor neurons that are smeared onto a glass and colored, and you can see that they have a clear central part and then these separate branches that go out of them. And that's how the human brain is structured. In fact, in the human brain, here's a cross-section of the human brain, of a part of the human brain, where you can see these little black dots. They are the neurons, and there are approximately 100 billion neurons in the human brain, and the interconnections between them, each neuron is connected up to close to 1,000 other neurons. So there's 100 trillion interconnections between the different neurons, which is mind-boggling. So the goal of deep learning is to mimic how all of this functions. How does deep learning actually work? So this is the human neuron. It's got a neuron, it's got dendrites, it's got the axon, and that's what deep learning is trying to replicate. So here we've got these artificial neurons in deep learning. So we input values into them. Then that would be our input layer. Then we've got an output value. And to get to the output value, which is in the output layer, we've got this hidden layer. So the input layer is connected to the hidden layer, and then that is connected to the output layer. And then there's certain mathematical operations, very simple ones like addition, multiplication, that are happening between the values. So for example, you have input value 1 here, input value 2 here. They both connect to here, and this one as well. So they connect here. So the value here would be the addition of these three with certain coefficients. So like a coefficient multiplied by this value times A times this value, B times this value, C times this value. You add them up, you put it here. And there's also a thing called activation functions. We're not going to go into detail on that, but basically simple mathematical operations happen to transfer values from one layer to the next layer to the next and get to an output layer. And then a neural network would learn how to adjust these exact mathematical operations. Remember those A, B, and C values that are multiplied. So these values are multiplied by A, B, and C to get the value here. So those values would be tweaked through a learning process. We're not going to go into detail on how the learning process works. We'll touch on that in a bit later. But basically, a neural network would learn by adjusting those values and getting better at the task that it's given. An example would be predicting house prices. So we're going to hear beautiful house here. In the neural network, we would put, for example, the area of this house, square feet, the number of bedrooms, the distance to the city in miles, and we'd want the neural network to predict the price. Now, it wouldn't be able to do this right away without being trained with one house. It wouldn't be able to do it. But if you give it examples of like 100,000 different houses over here, you give these inputs for 100,000 different houses and the actual prices that they were sold for. So quote unquote, the answer in those cases. That's historical data. You give it 100,000 examples, it will learn through each example. It will learn a little bit, bit by bit, to improve its internal parameters so that these values, it learns how to translate these values into this output value. So that's all it does. It takes these values, puts them through its internal workings, mathematical functions, and gets this final output. And by seeing 100,000 of examples, it can adjust itself inside in such a way that it is able to accurately take these and make a prediction. And then for a new house, you'd be able to put in the values for the new house, and it would give you a prediction of the price. Now, that's a simple neural network with one hidden layer. If we take a neural network and give it lots of hidden layers, then it will look like this. And that's why it's called deep learning, because now it's got all these hidden layers, and it's a deep neural network. So it's not just a shallow neural network with an input and output layer, but it's got all these hidden layers inside, and that's why it's called a deep neural network, and hence the term deep learning. And that's pretty much a summary of deep learning. That's all you need to know for the exam. And here's a quick summary on the left. I look forward to seeing you back here next time, and until then, enjoy the cloud.